Today, we're going to dig into a really powerful and honestly pretty startling claim about how Australia handles its natural gas. This is a big one, so let's jump right in.
Everything really kicks off with this single quote from our source material. You can just feel the disbelief in those words. Mind-boggling. But what on earth does it mean to give away a natural resource? That's the huge puzzle we're going to piece together today.
All right, let's unpack this mind-boggling claim. According to the source, this whole thing isn't just about whether money is changing hands. It's about what that money is actually for, and maybe more importantly, what it's not for. It's a weird question when you first hear it, right? I mean, how could a country just give something so valuable away? Well, the source argues it's not that there's zero payment. It's that we might be fundamentally misunderstanding what's even being sold in the first place.
So the whole argument really hinges on one crucial distinction. It's not suggesting companies pay absolutely nothing. Instead, the focus is on a very specific kind of payment that our source claims is completely missing from the picture.
Okay, this slide really gets to the heart of it. On one side, you have the idea of paying for the resource itself, the actual raw value of the gas that's pulled from the ground. Then on the other side, you have taxes on the profits that are made from selling that gas. The source's mind-boggling claim is that this first part, paying for the resource, is the part that's getting completely ignored.
So if the resource is being given away, the next obvious question has to be who's on the receiving end? Who are the main beneficiaries of this whole arrangement, at least according to our source?
Well, the source points a finger directly at two groups: foreign companies and, as they put it, Australian companies that are owned by foreigners. This is a huge piece of the argument, the idea that the wealth generated from Australia's own ground is flowing right out of the country.
Okay, but why is this such a big deal? Why does this all matter so much? Well, the source argues that it has a massive, direct impact on the financial health and the overall wealth of the entire nation.
To really get the impact, we need to know what's at stake. The source talks about national wealth. Think of it like a country's inheritance or its long-term savings account. And natural resources, well, they're called an important ingredient of that wealth. They're a core asset.
And this right here, this shows the domino effect perfectly. Step 1, the natural resources are basically given away. Step 2, because of that, the nation's wealth, that big savings account we just talked about, gets drained. And that leads right to step 3. The country starts facing serious problems, which are hinted to be both financial and social.
But look, the source doesn't just point out a problem and walk away. It actually lays out a pretty direct path forward. So let's take a look at the proposed solution.
The solution that's put on the table isn't some super complicated 100-point plan. Nope, it really just boils down to changing the fundamental terms of the deal between the nation and the companies taking its resources.
So here it is, the two-part fix. First, make companies pay for the value of the resource itself, just like they're buying any other product. And second, make sure they also pay a fair share of taxes on their profits. See how that tackles both sides of the coin we looked at earlier?
And the source wraps all of this up with an incredibly powerful statement. The message is crystal clear. If this two-part solution were put in place, the problems the country is facing could just go away. It's presented as a direct cause and effect.
And all of this leaves us with one final, massive question to think about. Based on everything we've just unpacked, what is the true price of a nation's natural resources? Is it just whatever you can get in taxes? Or is it something much, much bigger? It's a question that really gets to the very heart of how a country values itself.